I like it because as someone with ADHD who cannot sit still to save their life, this keeps me grounded. Yeah. And I don't have to think. Some of my dreams for the future are to inspire people. I know I do that now, but I feel like there's so much more that I can do. I want to develop and grow as a person. I want to become someone who can be eventually a licensed therapist. So instead of doing it as like a hobby, it's something that I turn into my career because I'm really passionate about it, and being able to share and help people in the ways that Little Lights has shared their love and joy with me is something that I always want to do.
So the college and career program started in January of 2021 during the height of the pandemic. And the reason we started it was that we saw a real need in the community among our older students. So for example, Markeith, who worked with us when he was younger and came to our after-school programs, one of our staff members, Mary, saw that Markeith was at home after high school graduation. And so she talked to him and realized that he tried to figure out how to get into college pretty much on his own, but really struggled.
My name is Markeith Keon Davis. I attend Morgan State University as a senior. My major is fine arts with a concentration of illustration. Navigating college without support, it was very confusing. Right after high school, right after I graduated, I applied for a few schools, and I remember I thought I got into Norfolk State University. I did the financial aid, I got classes, I got my housing, and I even had a move-in date. But apparently, I drove 3 hours to go up there, but apparently something was missing, I didn't get in. But I wasn't told that until like the last minute. So right after I came back, it was just a year of doing nothing. It was the year of COVID, so I couldn't get my ID, my state ID. I couldn't get my learner's or permit. I couldn't get a job. I would say it was the worst year of my life. With Little Lights, it was like around the clock support. She helped me to get into college. She helped me find scholarships, financial aid. Freshman year, first semester, I ended with about a 2.1, 2.2 GPA. And I got tutors that would help me and just a lot of support from Mary and Little Lights. Now I'm sitting around 3.4 GPA on the Dean's List. I don't see myself as a role model. However, it does mean a lot to me that I can give some type of positivity back to the upcoming generation.
If he becomes a famous artist, I'm gonna know exactly who he is and exactly where he came from.
Another need we saw in the community during the pandemic was that a lot of our high school students were home and trying to do virtual school at home online. And one particular student, Jeffrey, was struggling a lot with online school. And so his GPA had fallen during the pandemic, and he was in a magnet school that required a certain GPA for him to stay in the school. And so our staff started working with Jeffrey intensely to try to bring up his GPA, try to bring up his grades so that he could stay in this magnet school.
I was doing school virtually, and it was our first year virtual, and I was doing horrible. I was just attending class, playing the game. It wasn't really like me doing my work, but Miss Mary just called my grandma one day and asked her like, how's Jeffrey hanging up? How's virtual, treating him? And I was honest with her. I just told her it was horrible. My grades were bad. Everything was just bad. I just didn't like school. I felt like I just didn't want to be there. And Miss Mary she looked out for me. She talked to me. She gave me a whole breakdown, a whole plan of how I can get back to just loving school again. She asked me, do I want to go to college, and what did I go to college? What did I want to go to college for? I told her yes. As the years went on, it kind of changed what I want to go for. But I told her right then and there I wanted to go to college, and that's when she really pushed the narrative and challenged me as much as I could.
Mary came and sat and talked with me one day, and I just explained to her that I don't know what to do, don't know how to do it, and plus I don't have no money to do it with. So she said, Miss Betty, don't worry about the money. We're gonna get him some scholarships. We'll take care of everything, and we just want you to just relax and don't worry. Yeah, that's why I thought it was you, cause he's so handsome.
I applied for, I would say, about 7 to 8 schools. I got accepted to all of them. When I got my first college acceptance letter, it was relieving. It really showed me that I could do it, and it was my whole family was happy. My grandma was very happy, and it really showed that I had a different life outside of DC.
Little Lights has been so good to me and my grandbaby. So I can't say enough about them. I really can't. I would cherish them the rest of my life. I really will. Mary and Steve.
I think the College and Career Program has really changed the culture among our younger students. As our younger students in our program see their older peers, their neighbors, go off to college with excitement, and then be able to stay in college and return back with like exciting reports of what life has been like and the things that they've learned and experienced, I think has really helped to change the culture and have our younger students really see a 4-year college as a viable option for them, and not just something that's a dream, but that can really be a reality. And so both for our younger students and the parents, we've seen a real impact in their attitude and in their sense of hope for the future.
So I grew up here in Washington, D.C. One of the challenges I would definitely say I experienced is like being in low income, or like what's considered poverty. I, like other students who are at my school, had to do the DC lottery system. Before that, I knew nothing about that. So Little Lights helped me do that process. They helped me pick my schools. They helped me do the ranking. They also helped me do my interview, which was virtual at the time because it was like in COVID.
I love the fact that Little Lights walks her through everything, and I know that's not the only kid that Little Lights support. I know they supported all these kids that came through this Little Lights program.
I'm going to be a first-generation college student, so manifesting getting to that high school graduation is definitely top of the list right now. I know I can do that with Little Lights and their support.
There's a lot of youth and young adults who are looking for help, looking for just loving support and real practical assistance so that they can see a brighter future for themselves. But we can't do this without the support of our donors and volunteers and the Little Lights community as a whole. And so, please join us in our effort to bring this greater hope to the city, bring the practical resources, because Little Lights is creating tremendous change, and we can grow that change with your support.